Welcome to DadBuilt. Day one of this pool construction project was all about demolition, and last episode you saw my backyard get completely destroyed. Now, days 2 through 60 are all going to be about putting everything back together into the perfect family entertainment space. So today we're going to take a good look at what's beneath the surface of a pool construction project, and it's a lot more than you'd think. Stick around. We made a lot of progress on the first day. Most of the big visual stuff was them digging the hole for the pool and dropping the shell in. Now, I want to take you through some of the progress that's been made in the first week. As a recap, here's where things stood after day one. The pool was in the ground, and they cut in the holes where the plumbing lines would connect from the equipment pad. They got the equipment pad up and connected. We'll talk about that in a minute. And they trenched out for the gas line and electric conduit that's going to run over to the outdoor kitchen. So let's take a look at some of the progress from week one. They started out by connecting the return lines that are going to circulate filtered water back into the pool. They're using these long flex PVC lines to connect the equipment pad to the return jets in the side of the pool wall. Pool builders use these flex PVC lines because they're easier to route around the contours of the pool shell. There are fewer joints, and they actually withstand ground movement much better than rigid PVC. However, when these lines come up to the equipment pad, they're going to connect to rigid PVC coming out of the ground. Once they got the lines installed, they backfilled a bunch of gravel around the pool. Now, this isn't decorative. Around the sides of the pool and underneath the pool, the gravel serves a very important purpose. It provides drainage, it helps to prevent settling, and it also serves as a stable base for the concrete on top. Also, now that the return lines are installed, they can fill this pool the rest of the way up. So the tanker truck from day one returned with another 5,000 gallons to top this thing off. What's this big white thing they're installing? This is actually something we haven't talked about much. This is the housing for an AUTOCOVER. So in our pool design, we opted for a retractable cover that can be operated with a switch. It'll be like a sunroof for the pool. Not only is it super convenient, but it also adds an element of safety since the pool can be covered and uncovered with the push of a button. At the end of the first week, they installed the housing for the AUTOCOVER, which will be fully installed in the weeks to come. So earlier, we saw them connecting the flex PVC lines from the pool shell to the equipment pad. Let's take a closer look at the equipment pad where all the water is going to move through. They got this thing set up on the first day, and they've been connecting the different pieces of equipment on the pad throughout the week. All right, we're gonna take a look at this equipment pad and the main components on it, starting with our pool pump, which is this beige pump down here with the clear lid at the bottom. Now, this pump, this is the heart of the pool system. It's gonna pull water from the pool, push it through the filter and the heater and the sanitation system, and then send it back. This is the engine of the entire pool. And you'll notice that the pump has this clear basket on top. That is the strainer lid. It's gonna catch leaves, debris, anything that might be coming in from the pool before that goes into the impeller. It's gonna catch it in that basket and strain it out. Let's take a look at the plumbing lines running into and out of the equipment pad. Starting with the intake line, which is here with the gray handle. So this is gonna pull water from the pool and it's gonna take it through the pump here. And that water is gonna move through the equipment on the pad. And when the water is returning to the pool, it's gonna come through and it's gonna come through these 3 lines here. You've got one of these is the main drain, one is a return line, one is a skimmer line. And you'll notice they've got these red valves on the top. These allow you to shut off the water flow from one line or another. So you can turn the valve here, shut the flow off, and that's gonna let you isolate different plumbing lines, either for maintenance or balancing water flow. This big tan tank in the middle is the sand filter. And what this does is it filters dirt and debris out of the pool water using this sand media that goes inside. So basically dirty water goes in and filtered water comes out. It's like a giant Brita filter for the pool. So let me show you this. Up on top of the sand filter is this black multi-port valve here that controls all the different cleaning modes of the filter, and you can move that handle to select a different mode. So this large black unit on the right here is the pool heater. It's a heat pump system and it heats the pool water very similarly to your HVAC heat pump. It's gonna pull heat from the outside air, transfer it to the pool water, and then send it back through the valves and out to the pool. And you'll notice there's this bare copper wire running along the concrete pad, and that is bonding wire. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about that in upcoming segments, about what bonding wire is and why it's needed for safety with all of this equipment. So this small inline device here is a chlorinator. It's part of the system that helps manage the pool salt levels and sanitation. One last thing I want to show you from this week is the gas line that they ran. They got this thing installed pretty quick. They didn't have to drill a new hole through the house because I already had a natural gas line coming out here for my natural gas grill. So they were able to use that existing fitting. They just dropped it 90 degrees down to this flexible line here. And then we saw them digging this trench. They buried this gas line through here. It sort of snakes around, weaves around the pool here. That white pipe is the vent pipe for that underground gas line. And it continues to come around here and then pops up right here. And so this is where the outdoor kitchen is gonna go with the grill and the griddle. At the end of week 1, everything's really starting to come together. There was a ton of visual progress made on the first day, and then great underground progress made in the days after that. Up on the surface, there's still a little bit of disarray, but everything is really starting to take shape after just 1 week, and I'm very much looking forward to the weeks ahead. Thanks for being here. I'm really glad that you're tuning into this Dad Built Pool series. I'm having a blast making it and bringing you along for the ride. Make sure you check out the channel so that you don't miss any upcoming episodes or really exciting things to come. And if you're into other DIY stuff, also check out the channel. I've got plenty of tips, tricks, and projects for DIY dads that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.